On analysis. Okay, and then we're going to do reference cell check. You have to do that every time you turn on the machine. It's up in that top right hand corner. So it says small tray static, which is what this is. So you put that there. Check that the tray is correctly positioned, which it is. You can see how it's kind of grooved, slides right in. Confirm, and then you gotta let the machine warm up for 34 seconds, but we slide that in and it will automatically take the measurement, and then you'll see the reference cell check on what it's supposed to be. I believe it's 1,143 or something like that is where it's supposed to be at. Shouldn't be any issues, but you have to do that every time before you start running samples though. And then once everything's warmed up and good to go, you can just start flying through samples, no problem. And you shouldn't have to click anything. It usually analyzes it as soon as you slide the tray in, so maybe I'll redo it. If not, then just press this analyze button. There we go. Sample ID, just put ref check, and then maybe the date, 6/25/19. Okay, and then you can check this little lab button right here. Hit continue. It's going to give you the peak position. And you can hear the machine work. It kind of makes a clicking sound.
Is there anything we have to do?
There you go. 1,144 nanometers. That's where you want it to be. What's your question?
So my question was, is there anything that we need to do while the machine is running the reference check, like preparing the sample or anything?
You don't have to. No, I mean, because it goes. I mean, it's fairly quick. So all right, so you get your reference check, and pull that out, screw the lid back on it, and then you can put it back in this third drawer down. You're done with it for the rest of the time until you shut it off the machine, turn it back on, come to do samples again the next day. Alright, so after that, you're going to want to hit the home button again, go back to analysis, and then you're going to go to canola 2016. Okay, so on canola 2016, this is the most recent calibration for it. These are all the readings it's going to give you when you run that sample. So from ash all the way down to stearic acid. Now, when you run the analysis, it'll give you that full report, but all we really mostly care about is the oil content here and the protein content. And we will use moisture content as well, because you'll have to subtract out that moisture content in order to get the true oil and true protein content. Because this is oil as is, protein as is, and you will want to pay attention to that moisture content, as I said, to get the true protein and true oil content, but that's all we really care about. So what you do is you open up your bag of seed. This is just some clean, random seed. It's not really anything, but this is after it's been run through the Clipper Office Tester seed cleaner. You can see how predominantly clean that is. And what we're going to do is you're going to put this sample tray into this kind of catch or containment area to catch any falling seeds or anything like that. And what you're going to do, see, sometimes you get debris in there, and you are going to have to pick that out, because it can bias the instrument. So you pick all that debris out, and then you resume pouring your sample. Okay. So once that's filled to the top like that, go ahead and put your sample aside. And you take this ruler, I like to take the fine edge of it, and then just kind of level it off. Okay, so you've got a sample full right there. Sometimes the seeds will stick to like the bottom because it's staticky, but so these taped numbers are on there because we're going to run this sample 4 times, and instead of taking it, instead of refilling this with 4 new samples every time, you're just going to rotate it, and I'll show you that here. So you start with it in position 1, just like that, and we're going to go ahead and push it in there, and the machine's going to automatically doing analysis. So you please wait, okay? And then you were going to label this for the example of if you were running like an actual sample, you would do, how did I used to do it? Okay, so if this was like, say, plot 21A, for example, you would say 21 capital A dash
The year maybe?
yeah, was it the year? So you do 21A 1 dash 19, just like that.
Okay.
So then the next one would be 21A 2 19, 21A 3 19, 21A 4 19, because you're doing 4 readings. So that's what we would do here. And then you select that. This just makes it easier to find once you want to go back and extract your samples from the machine. So 21A 119, that'd be an example. Obviously this isn't what it is, but just an example. And then you hit continue. And then after you do that, boom, it gives you all of the readings that you need. These yellow values are kind of like a warning that it's away from the calibration curve. Same with the red. You don't have to worry about that too much. All we care about here is the oil and the protein, and then also the moisture. So you can see it's 4.62% moisture in that seed. The oil is 43% oil. That's pretty good. The protein is 19.28%. And that's all you have to do. Okay, so then you slide it out, rotate it to say number 2, slide it back in. It automatically saves everything into a file on the computer, and I will show you how to access that file once we're done here. So this would be 21A-2-19. Check that, okay. It's gonna run it, it's good. Pull it out, rotate it to number 3, push it back in. Okay, 21A-3-19. Okay. Alright, that one's finished. Slide it out, and then for the final time, rotate it to number 4, push it back in. It's going to read 21A-4-19. Okay. Alright, then you're finished. So you pull that out, remove the tray, and then come back to your sample bag and dump the sample back into the bag. And then you've got this tray, which has a nice little spout on it, and you can easily dump all your samples back into the bag. And then you fold it up, and you move on to the next sample that you have. So 21B, for example. And when we run that, instead of putting 21A, we just do 21B, and then go 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep it the same year, and that's it.
Do we have to clean the tray for the next sample, like wipe it, brush it, or something?
No.
Okay.
No, I mean, you can see it's pretty,
Yeah.
it's clean, so. And that's it. So you just repeat that for the rest of the samples that you have, and now I'm going to show you how you get to your samples after you've run them. Oh, actually, right here, if you look on this folder, it shows you what the calibration is supposed to be at, 1144.254 nanometers, which is what we had. Alright, so to get back to the home screen from this page, you're going to want to click on this Windows button right there. So if you press that, it's going to pull up this start page, and then if you go down to this bottom right hand corner and left click that, it'll take you back to the home screen, and that's going to come in handy. Okay, so in order to find the data that you've ran, you can either find it in here, go to reporting, and then you can type in the product, so canola 2016, sample ID, let's go with 21A-1-19, and if you press OK, only lab samples. So remember when we checked that box when we were running, that's, you can click that. And then here's your date range. So today 6/25 from 12 to that, to 1:22 p.m. So if we search, it'll give us all the samples we ran. There it is, 21A-119. Now we can get rid of this sample ID to clear that. Clear it. Okay, and then search, and it will show us, should show us all. Yep, there it is. So it shows us all 4 that we ran. And then you can press this export button. And with that, you can do the XML sample report or the Excel. I would do the Excel report. So what that's going to do is it's going to save it into an Excel file, and then you're going to put in your flash drive and extract that data.
Okay.
Okay. And then there's another way you can do it. Like I said, press that home button, go back here, NIR data canola, that file. Maybe it's not that one. Okay, shortcut to exports. Okay, that's it. All right. So you click on this shortcut to exports file or folder that's on this desktop. Right, double click it. Go to NIR results folder right here. Okay, and then you will find canola 2016 CSV. Look at the date, 6/25/2019. CSV file. So if you double click that, this will show you everything that we've run.
Okay.
Not necessarily today. It's all samples pretty much, but you can see our 4 samples that we ran today right here. So with that, you can just click, if you put in a flash drive, your flash drive will pop up over here. Just click and drag that file into.
Is it already saved in Excel, or we have to export it?
So it's a CSV file, so that will open with Excel on your laptop or a computer, whatever you put it on. And that's it. So that's everything.
Okay.
Yeah. Any questions?